My name is Aydin Anwar. I'm an Uyghur Muslim, and right now I have 93 relatives in East Turkestan, also known as Xinjiang, who we deem as missing, meaning we've had no contact with them for the past 3 years. We don't know how many are in these re-education camps and whether they are alive or dead. The UN Security General has also spoken several times, for example in April and September 2019, about the plight of the Uyghur population. Experts at the UN have cited credible reports that well over 1 million Uyghurs and other Turkic people in East Turkestan or Xinjiang are detained in China's re-education camps. Now there has been increasing evidence that many of these detainees are being released, quote-unquote, released from these camps and transferred to prisons to serve lengthy prison sentences or forced to work in labor camps and factories. My question to you is, under the UN Charter, do not all Security Council members, including the P5, share the responsibility to protect religious, ethnic, and social groups that are being persecuted? Can the disproportionate detention of such huge numbers of Uyghur men and women, including my own relatives, really be honestly explained in terms of national security? Since this issue has a negative effect on China's reputation, will China agree to allow outside access to the Uyghur region to ensure independent investigation?
By really providing vocational skills, that's really linked to what we are experiencing in Africa. If you have no working skills, if you have received no education, you have no job, you have to fight for your food, and then you can be easily recruited by the terrorist groups. So we are really providing education, providing vocational skills for those young people, and that's really also becoming effective in Xinjiang. And we know that France have been affected negatively by biased reports, by lies, by rumors. And then, well, of course, China is not in a good position to make people to believe us, even though we are trying very hard. Then what we can do is to invite more friends to visit Xinjiang. In the past 2 years' time, we have invited more than 1,000 NGOs, experts, officials, including UN officials, to visit Xinjiang and then to see Xinjiang with their own eyes. And friends from more than 92 countries have visited Xinjiang, and then to ask them what they have seen in Xinjiang. They really believe that they are seeing a different Xinjiang. We have also invited the Human Rights Commissioner. What puzzles me is that some Western diplomats, including the toppest official diplomat in this country, is really fabricating stories about Xinjiang. What puzzles us is that Western countries always say, okay, invite the Human Rights Commissioner, We have, let me tell you, friends, we have invited the Human Rights Commissioner to come to visit Xinjiang at least more than 10 times. That's what I have known. I was in charge of this matter. I was personally involved with that. But then what we have seen is that while we invited some officials to visit Xinjiang, we heard that Western diplomats, including top-level diplomats in this United Nations building, are approaching those senior officials to threaten them not to go to Xinjiang, not to say anything about Xinjiang. That's the current reality. That's why, we do not have fairness in the handling of human rights related issues. That's why, we say human rights are really poisoned, are really politicized. So we hope that NGOs, you are free to tell your views, and you can defending China. It seems is becoming something, something, how to put it, but we have every right to defend the principle, to defend justice, to defend rule of law, and to defend factual realities